everybody, it's Yugioh Master 88 here, and welcome to the 2025 Orichalcos Challenge October Hard Mode Difficulty Deck Profile. This is basically a updated version of my hard mode difficulty that I introduced to the Orichalcos Challenge a little while back. So without further ado, let's not waste time, let's get started. Now, just letting you all know, this video will be a bit shorter than the last one, because things that I've gone over previously are going to be skimmed over in this one. I'm only going to really cover the new stuff for this model specifically. Anyway, we got one Orichalcos Shaman, one Orichalcos Sorcerer, one Fairy, one Priestess. Here's one of the new monsters, 2 Orichalcos Chimera. Now, what he does is, he's Dark level 4, 1000 attack, 1000 defense. And, this card's name is also always treated as Orichalcos Shunoros. He's essentially a more beefed up Shunoros. But what he does is this. If you control an Orichalcos monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. All battle damage you take becomes 0. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, activate one of the following effects. I can either special summon one level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from my graveyard. This special summon is treated as a normal summon, or I can summon Orichalcos Shunoros from my hand or deck, and I can only control one Orichalcos Chimera. So that's pretty much what he does. He's basically Orichalcos Shunoros, but a little bit more beefed up. Just a little bit. Next up, we got Shunoros, Dexia, Aristeros, Divine Serpent, one Gygus, one Doom Beetle, one Magus, Nightbeam making a reappearance, as well as Lord of the Orichalcos Army, Orichalcos Soldier, one Orichalcos Searcher, one Orichalcos Intuneric, one Dragoness Orichalcos, 2 copies of Orichalcos Bug. This is another new monster of my deck. What this guy is he's a dark level 3 insect 500, and once per turn only, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, I can special summon a level 4 Orichalcos monster from my deck or graveyard except for himself. And this special summon is treated as a normal summon. Next up, 2 copies of Orichalcos Slime. This is essentially an Orichalcos-fied version of Revival Jam. Here's what he does. Dark level 4 Aqua 1000. Cannot be normal summoned or set. If this card is destroyed, special summon it in defense position. If this card is special summoned by its own effect, gain 1000 life points. You can discard this card to special summon one level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from your graveyard except this card. This special summon is treated as a normal summon. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control one Orichalcos Slime. Next up, 2 copies of Orichalcos Shadowmaster. Now this is exclusive to the hard difficulty right here. This is a new type of monster invented called a Shadow Monster. And the thing about Shadow Monsters, the main mechanic of Shadow Monsters is that I can basically target one monster I control, and I can equip the Shadow Monster to that monster, and essentially, while equipped, the equipped monster can either gain an effect, can gain effects and stuff. For Orichalcos Shadow Master, here's his full effect. If this card is normal summoned, special summon one level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from your graveyard. This special summon is treated as a normal summon. You could target one Orichalcos monster you control and equip this card to it. While this card is equipped to a monster, you could send this equipped card to the graveyard, add one Orichalcos card from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. You only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control one Orichalcos Shadow Master. Dark level 4, Shadow Monster, Spellcaster, 1400 attack, 1400 defense. So basically, while he's equipped to an Orichalcos monster I control, I can just send him to the grave, search an Orichalcos card. Deck or graveyard. Next up, one copy of Orichalcos Disciple. This guy is a dark level 3 0/0 spellcaster. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can treat this card as a dark tuner while face up on the field, and if you do, its level becomes 12. You can discard this card. Add one Orichalcos card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If this card is normal summoned, you can treat this card as a tuner while face up on the field. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control one Orichalcos Disciple. So basically, so it says, so essentially, I can treat him as a Dark Tuner for a Dark Synchro summon, as in Dark Synchros from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Or basically, if he's normal summon, I can treat him as a tuner monster while face up on the field for normal synchros. He can do both. Next up, one copy of Orichalcos Legend. This guy is a dark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's a dark level 10 fiend, question mark attack, 3000 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Cannot be special summoned except by its own effect. Once per turn only. If an Orichalcos field spell is sent to the graveyard, you can pay 2000 life points to special summon this card from your hand. You can add one Orichalcos card from your graveyard to your hand. This card's attack is equal to half your life points. You can only control one Orichalcos legend on the field. Other than Divine Serpent, this is the second boss monster besides Dragoness Orichalcos and all of them. Next up, I'm running 2 copies of Orichalcos Zextros. So what Zextros does is this. Dark level 4 fiend, 0 attack, 0 defense. Cannot be summoned unless you control an Orichalcos field spell. If this card is normal summoned, equip one Orichalcos monster on the field to this card. This card gains attack equal to half of the original attack of the monster that is equipped to this card. If the equipped monster was a monster your opponent controls, this card can attack your opponent directly. You can only control one Orichalcos Zextros, so essentially he's mainly a big beater. Next up, the final monster of the deck, Orichalcos Cubi. And what Orichalcos Cubi does, he's a dark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's a dark level 10 fiend, 3500 attack, 2000 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by banishing 5 Orichalcos monsters from your deck while you control an Orichalcos field spell. You can pay 3000 life points to banish your opponent's entire hand. If this card is destroyed, shuffle this card into the deck, then special summon one level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from your hand or deck. This special summon is treated as a normal summon. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control one Orichalcos Cubi. Now, as you probably have already noticed, some of the new monsters I have in here have the effect to where I can special summon a level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from the graveyard or the deck, and that special summon is treated as a normal summon. Reason why I have that clause in some of these cards is because of this Orichalcos Shaman. Because remember, just like I said in the Orichalcos Challenge standard deck profile, if this card is normal summoned, you can special summon. If this card is normal summoned, special summon one level 4 lower Orichalcos monster from your hand or deck. So say the effect of any one of my new monsters triggers, and I special summon Shaman from the graveyard or from the deck. Hold on a minute, folks. There we go. Perfect. This special summon is treated as a normal summon, meaning when I special summon, like, say QB, so like, say QB's effect goes off. Say if this card is destroyed, I shuffle QB back into the deck, then I special summon level 4 low Orichalcos monster from my hand or deck. This special summon is treated as a normal summon. So say I use QB's effect, bring out Shaman, that special summon is treated as a normal summon, meaning Shaman's effect, normal summon effect will go off. These new monsters all have the mechanic to where special summons can be treated as normal summons, meaning this model is more geared to getting Shaman's effect off as much as humanly possible whenever I can. So that's how that works. Next up, we have the spells. So, as before, you got your free Seal of Orichalcos, you got your Dutros, you got your Drytos, your 2 Chosen Destinies, and your Orichalcos Gateway. You also have Orichalcos Transfer Draw. I run 2 of them compared to the 1 I run in the standard model. Now, Dark Spell Regeneration. This is a card that's from the original Yugioh, and it's an anime card. It's a quick play spell card. I activate only when an opponent's monster declares an attack. I target 1 spell card from either player's graveyard and activate it. Afterwards, I send that card to my opponent's graveyard. I can use this effect once per turn only. So it's pretty much good if the opponent's graveyard has a card I need. Next up, 1 copy of Gravearm. I can basically use Gravearm to destroy my opponent's monster, and while that monster is in the graveyard, it cannot be special summoned. 1 copy of Beckon the Darkness. I send 1 monster to the send 1 face-up monster to the graveyard, and it does not target. Bye-bye, Chaos Max. 1 copy of Legendary City of Atlantis. 1 copy of Orichalcos Destroyer. Now we move on to traps. I got 1 copy of Briar Transplant. I banished 1 monster on the field, and this does not target. 1 copy of Anti-Orichalcos Detonation Seal, 2 Rebirth Tablets, and then last but not least, 1 copy of Orichalcos Counter. It's a counter trap. If your opponent activates a card effect, you can activate this card by discarding this card from your hand, and if you do, negate the effect of that card and send it to the graveyard, ignoring its effects. So it's effectively like a mini Seal of Orichalcos, essentially. As in the effect of my Seal of Orichalcos to where I can just pitch it to negate and destroy any card, which is a spell speed 4 effect by Upper Deck Entertainment standards. Anyway, you get the gist. Anyway, now for the extra deck. So, for this model, 2 Orichalcos Gem Dragon, 1 Orichalcos King, 1 number 200 Orichalcos Soul Eater, 1 Orichalcos Warlock, 1 Orichalcos Evil Gear, Orichalcos Diabolos. I will explain this guy, guys. This guy is a really good card. He's a dark level 10. 1 Orichalcos tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner Orichalcos monsters. He's a fiend. 3,100 attack, 2,700 defense. If your opponent activates a monster effect while you control an Orichalcos field spell, quick effect, meaning spell speed 2, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. If your opponent activates a spell or a trap while you could have 2 or more banished Orichalcos field spells with different names, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control 1 Orichalcos Diabolos, so he's basically just a big beater and a negator. Next up, 100 Eyes Dragon from the anime. This is the real 100 Eyes Dragon, the Dark Synchro version. This is one of my favorite monsters of all time, second to Darkness Seed, along with other favorites I have. He's free K, 2,500, and basically, he has a few good effects. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell or traps until the end of the damage step. This card gains the effects of all Dart monsters in your graveyard. If this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, add one card from your deck to your hand. So that's pretty much what he does. Next up, one copy of Demonic Storm Dragon. What this guy does is he is similar to 100 Ice Dragon. He's a dark negative level 8. Dragon Dark Synchro, one tuner plus one or more plus one non-tuner plus one dark tuner monster. Cannot be destroyed by battle except by a dragon monster. If this card is special summon, the effects of all other monsters on the field are negated. If your opponent activates a spell or trap, you can discard one card from your hand to negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. You can target one monster in your graveyard. Then, this card gains that monster's effects until the end of the turn, and then until the end of the turn. You can only use each of this card's effects once per turn only. You can only control one Demonic Storm Dragon. Next up, one copy of Dark Chargers of the Gate. This is another Dark Synchro. Dark Zombie, negative level 5, 2100 attack, 0 defense. One non-tuner monster plus one dark tuner monster. Once per turn only, you can banish a zombie from your graveyard to destroy one monster one monster your opponent controls. Basically, he's removable. Next up, one Celeste Archangel of Solitude. It's a dark negative level 5 fairy dark synchro, one non-tuner monster plus one dark tuner monster, 2650 attack, 2000 defense. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, banish it. Also, special summon one Solitude token to one of your opponent's unoccupied spell and trap zones. That Solitude token remains on that spell and trap zone for the next 3 turns. Your opponent cannot set any spell or traps on a spell and trap zone that is occupied by a Solitude token. If this card leaves the field, destroy all Solitude tokens on the field. Then you gain life points equal to the number of destroyed Solitude tokens times 500. So that's pretty much how he works. Next up, one copy of Lilith, Queen of Fiends. Dark, negative level 8, 2400 attack, 1700 defense. Fiend Dark Synchro, one non-tuner monster plus one dark tuner. Once per turn only. If this card destroys a monster by battle, you can special summon one monster from your hand that's level is lower than the destroyed monster's level. This card gains 100 attack and defense for each fiend monster in your graveyard. So that's what that does. Next up is Orichalcos Hero. This is the final synchro monster of my deck. It's a dark level 5 warrior, 2200 attack, 2000 defense, one tuner plus one or more non-tuner monsters. If this card is single summoned, you can special summon one Orichalcos monster from your graveyard. Once per turn only, while you control an Orichalcos field spell, you can pay 1000 life points to draw a card. Hold on a minute, folks. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back, folks. Sorry about that. I had to shut my door. Anyway, we're down to the last 2 monsters of the deck. And this is where basically a lot of explanation's gonna come into play. Because first up, we have Orichalcos Void Dragon. This is what's known as a Void Monster. This is a brand new mechanic that I invented not long ago. And if you don't know how Void Monsters work, allow me to tell you. So basically, Void Monsters are an extra deck monster. And basically, how this works is very simple. First, you need an Orichalcos Shadow Master, because that's a Shadow Monster. And then you need any other Orichalcos monster. We'll pick Orichalcos Soldier. So, say So here's how this works. Say I have Orichalcos Soldier on my field, and I have an Orichalcos Shadow Master. I can use Orichalcos Shadow Master's effect in order to equip onto my Orichalcos Soldier as an equip spell. This is where the Void Monster mechanic comes in. Because in order to summon a Void Monster from the extract, you have to use a monster that is equipped to a Shadow Monster. That's pretty much the material used for the summoning of Void Monsters. So, say for example, you have an Orichalcos Soldier that is equipped to an Orichalcos Shadow Master, which is a Shadow Monster. You take your Orichalcos Void Dragon and you summon it on top of the equipped monster. Now, this is where the other part of the mechanic comes in. To enable this monster's effects, place the Shadow Monster that was equipped to a monster that you use to void summon this card underneath this card. So what you do is you take the Orichalcos Shadow Master that was equipped to the Orichalcos Soldier that you summoned the Orichalcos Void Dragon on, and you place it underneath the Orichalcos Void Dragon, thus enabling its effects and making its effects live. So now that the effects have been pretty much turned on, this is what Orichalcos Void Dragon does. He is a dark level 8 Dragon Void monster, 2500 attack, 3000 defense. And like I said, to enable this monster's effects, place the Shadow Monster that was equipped to a monster that you use to void summon this card underneath this card. That is pretty much how void summoning works. Once per turn only, you can pay 2,000 life points to special summon one Orichalcos Xyz monster from your graveyard. Then, attach any number of Orichalcos monsters you control to it as material. While you control an Orichalcos field spell, this card's attack becomes 4,000 and cannot be targeted or be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Meaning, similar to Chaos Max Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, it becomes harder to kill. Next up, the other void monster, Orichalcos Void Dragon. And now, the way you void summon this guy is a little different, because for this guy, it does require one Orichalcos Shadow Master, but the other part of it has to be an Orichalcos Gem Dragon, who, by the way, while he's on the field, his name is also treated as Orichalcos Dragon. That's important, because Orichalcos Dark Dragon. Sorry, I called him Void Dragon. Sorry. This is Orichalcos Void Dragon. This is Orichalcos Dark Dragon. Right there. So, how this guy works is you have to have an Orichalcos Dragon equipped to the Orichalcos Shadow Master, as you see right here. And basically, Orichalcos Dragon plus one Orichalcos Shadow Monster, which Orichalcos Shadow Master is a Shadow Monster. You basically summon the Orichalcos Dark Dragon on top of the Orichalcos Dragon, aka the Orichalcos Gem Dragon, that is equipped to the Shadow Master. You summon the Orichalcos Dark Dragon on top of the Orichalcos Gem Dragon. Now you place just like with Orichalcos Void Dragon, you take the Orichalcos Shadow Master that was equipped to Orichalcos Gem Dragon, and you place it underneath the Orichalcos Dark Dragon, thus turning on his effects and making him live. Now, once this is done, here's what he does. He's a dark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's a dark level 10 Dragon Void monster, 4,000 attack, 3,000 defense. And just like with Void Dragon, to enable this monster's effects, place the Shadow Monster that was equipped into a monster that you use to void summon this card underneath this card. Once per turn only, you can reduce this card's defense by 1,000 to destroy one card on the field. And if this card is destroyed, add one Orichalcos card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And thus, that is pretty much the Orichalcos Challenge Hard Mode difficulty. I thank you all so much for watching, so much for coming. If you enjoy these just as much as I do, then smash that like button, ring a ding that notification bell, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I will be pretty much releasing the Nightmare Mode difficulty deck profile very soon. And as I always say, remember to subscribe to my Patreon for either the $3 green penguin tier or the $5 red penguin tier. Both tiers are going to have Linux, tech, and Yu-Gi-Oh content that'll be different from each other, and it'll be Linux, tech, and Yu-Gi-Oh content that will not be found on this channel. So remember to subscribe to my Patreon. I only started my Patreon just recently. I gotta get it up off the ground, but with you guys' support and helping me to motivate myself, we can get there. But anyway, folks, thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master 88 saying see you later.